I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there's a certain group of people that have been flying under the radar, a certain demographic, if you will. Well, I wouldn't say flying under the radar because they've been around since the beginning of time, really. Now, we all know this isn't very PC, politically correct to say or to know it is. It isn't very favorable to the liberal media, this new woke agenda, but it needs to be said. We all know who I'm about to talk about. You've probably seen these people, if you can even call them that. They're more like animals. That's how they behave, really. Honestly, this used to be an amazing country until these people showed up. They're all over the place in your favorite restaurant, stores, movie theaters. As soon as they walk in and sit down near you, you're already like, oh God, looks like I won't be able to enjoy this movie. But enough stalling, enough procrastination. Who are these individuals you're talking about, you might be thinking? You should already know by now, they're always complaining about the rights, always playing the victim in the situation they created. They account for a small portion of the population, but account for over half of violent crime. I'm talking about those worthless, dirty, lazy, good-for-nothing nincompoops who never learn to wash their stinking ass. Where'd you think this video was going? Fucking racist. Anyway, people who just walk out into public and just forego the whole shower routine, not even so much as a fucking whore bath or anything. I don't even get it. How do you not smell that? If I can smell you before I see you, that's a problem. If I can smell you, then you have to be able to smell you. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad! I have a hard time believing that somebody, an adult, they woke up, they got out of bed, they put their clothes on, they grabbed their keys, wallet, whatever they needed, their phone, they walked to the door, they opened the door, they walked out of their door, walked off into the car, they got in the car, put the key in the ignition, cranked it up, and then got to wherever they were going, the store, movies, restaurant. Fucking God help you if it's actually at a restaurant. And they got there and was like, no, yeah, this is fine. I don't smell anything. And why is it always the same smell every time, too? Which, I don't know, I guess it's kind of weird if I assume that every person had a different scent, I guess. You would think so, but apparently not. It's either chili cheese Fritos or taco seasoning or, like, ketchup, that smell. Let me tell you a couple stories about individuals like this. So I work for this very big, successful, global general merchandise and grocery store chain. I won't say who it is, but if you're watching this and you know me personally, you already know who it is. I'm a truck driver for them. I basically take everything that goes in the store from the DCs to the stores. Usually, when I get to a store, occasionally I'll get to a store and then the person who's unloading me, will greet me, hey, how you doing? What's going on? And then it fucking hits me. It hits me like a drunk husband. And then I'm just like, oh, fuck, here we go. Not again, every fucking time. And I just have to hold my tongue and my nose and just bear through it, as we all do. And then, I don't know. Can't say anything because that's rude or impolite or whatever. I remember this one other time I got to this store and there was like, 1, 2, 3, there was like 3 people there. There was one guy, two guys and a woman. And, they did agree to me. They said, hey, hello, how you doing? What is it? And I told them what it was. And the lady she opened the door and she was getting ready to unload me. And the guy who was standing next to me, he just started, a conversation. I can't remember what it was they were talking about, but he was just starting a conversation. And he did one of these numbers. He said something and said, I don't know. And he did, put his arms up and put them back down. And in that moment, I don't even know how he went under the radar. I literally didn't smell him until he lifted up his arms. He might as well just punch me in the face. Honestly, I'd rather him do that. At least it would justify why my eyes were watering. He put his arms up and then put them back down. And I tried to, I try to not let my face tell the story, but in my head I was just like, oh my fucking God, dude, how, why, how, why? Like, dude, do you not smell that? I smell that. Like, and he wasn't even like right up on me. He was about from here to maybe 5 feet away, I'd say. It's crazy how the smell traveled that quickly. And then the whole time, like, he just kept trying to talk to me this whole time. He kept trying to scoot closer to me. I scoot away from him. He'd scoot closer. I'd scoot away further. The whole time I'm just thinking, oh my God, hurry up and unload me, son. Get the fuck out of here. It got so bad to where once I got back to the DC, I talked to like one of the ops managers there and pretty much just told him the same thing. And he pretty much just kind of, just threw his hands up and was like, well, there's nothing that we can do. I mean, you can talk to a manager and then they can do something about it. The whole time I was just thinking, what if it is the manager? Because sometimes it's either like a manager or an assistant manager, the person who's back there unloading you. I got another story for you. This is actually what actually prompted me to make this video. It was just a regular day. Me and my wife, we went to, where did we go to? Dollar Tree. We were just running errands. We went to Dollar Tree, and then we were just in there. We circled around a couple aisles. We went down to, ironically, it was the personal hygiene aisle that had like, toothpaste section. And then there was this other couple who was coming down the aisle. Like we were standing here looking at the toothpaste stuff. They was coming this way. And then it's every time, well, not every time, but a lot of times you'll smell them before you see them. They're like skunks, like literally human skunks. Like you'll smell them and be like, yeah, there's a skunk in the area. That is somebody smoking some loud. But anyway, we smelled them. And then there was the undeniable smell of fucking pits and ass and BO and God knows what else. And then we saw them, and then we was facing this way. We was facing this way. They walked this way. And as soon as they walked past us, it was easily, literally the worst BO I've ever smelled in my whole life. It was absolutely god awful, rank, reeked. It's like that one scene from SpongeBob.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
It was like one of those, when you smell something like really bad, like rancid, like you don't even want to open your mouth because you don't want the stink to get in your mouth and it gets stuck in there and then you can't get it out and it's like, you just like, ugh, ugh. It's like you can almost taste it. And then it lingered. It fucking lingered. That was the worst part about it. Like, they were gone. Like, they had been gone for like a good 2-3 minutes, but the stink was just still just permeating. It's like it's like an infection, like I don't even know what. So then after they left, we could still smell it. It was that fucking bad. And then neither one of us, we was doing the whole one of those bits. And then finally, when the stink dissipated, we was coming out of the aisle. I think we went down another aisle, and there they fucking were. They came to meet us again. I'm like, oh my fucking God, dude, please. So I held my breath. I held everything. Was like, because I didn't want to breathe that shit in again. And then they passed. This stench passed finally again, and then we was getting ready to check out. I don't think they even freaking bought anything. That or they bought something and just went through, check out, and then they finally left, and I was like, oh, thank God. Like that was the first time I ever wanted to swing on somebody because they fucking stunk so fucking bad. Like I almost wanted to press charges. Like if I was a police officer, they better be so fucking glad I wasn't a police officer because I would have put them under the arrest for fucking disturbing the peace. It was that bad. I'm not even exaggerating. I don't even know how I would describe the smell. I mean, awful is what comes to mind, but it wasn't like the normal, like, BO smell that I normally smell. It was like, I don't know. They had to have not showered for days, maybe even weeks. I don't even know. I don't know if they had. animals in the house, or like I've heard some people say that, meth, because I do live in the South, should be obvious. You probably can hear it. I sound like cornbread incarnate. Apparently, meth does have a smell. I've never smelled it myself, but for some reason, when I smelt it, it had that tang to it. And then I was like, is that what meth smells like? It's giving meth. It's giving meth. And so when they finally left, we got our shit and got out. And then I was flabbergasted. Like, how can you have to purposely smell that bad? That doesn't just happen. You have to do that on purpose. You have to be skipping showers consecutively for days or weeks. And I already know what some of you are going to say. Well, maybe they had depression. Maybe depression. And I hear you. I promise. I hear you. I get it. When I had my bouts of depression. Should I put this in here? Should I talk about this? I get it. When you're depressed, you literally don't want to do anything. You literally lose the want to do anything. Like, all you just want to do is just sit in the bed. And I get it. Your hygiene will slip. You'll stop, caring about, everything, but you'll stop caring about your personal hygiene. You won't do your hair. You won't do your makeup. You won't shower. You won't bathe. You won't do any of that because you just don't have the want to. I get that. However, I don't know. Am I being mean? Am I bullying? Is it bullying to be like, hey, you stink. I don't want you to come around me because I literally just cannot handle it because it's getting too much. I don't know. At a certain point, I feel like it's, if you go outside and you're going to go out in public and mingle with the public, you can, at the very, 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 very least, just hit the majors, for God's sakes. If you got to, if you have to go outside, just hit the majors, pits, dick, pussy. Just hit the majors and then put on some good deodorant. Don't get that fucking natural deodorant either. That shit does not fucking work. Fucking Native is never going to sponsor this video now. Or any of my videos for that matter. You gotta get that good shit. Don't get the cheap shit. Don't get that weak shit. If you really need it, you need to get that clinical stuff. I forget who makes it. I think it's Gillette. It's like clinical. It's like $11, $12, $13, but it's worth it because it actually works. When I was getting ready to make this video, for some reason I always remember that episode of SpongeBob when he ate that what was it, that sundae? I forgot. I can't remember what he called it, but he ate that sundae and it made his breath stink. And then everybody thought he was ugly because they didn't want to be around him, not because he was ugly, because his breath stunk so fucking bad. I'm ugly and I'm proud. I am ugly and I'm proud. Is that what he calls it? No, you're not ugly. You just stink. Some of y'all, dear fucking God, don't ever raise your armpits in a public setting. You need to have a fucking carry permit because those pits are a fucking lethal weapon, dude. And it got me thinking, is it medical? Like, is there something, like, sometimes I'll smell people and I'll be like, is there something, like, medically wrong with you? Like, you need to go to a doctor ASAP to get that checked out, because I'm kind of concerned, not gonna lie. I wonder if there is a disease. Is there a disease out there, like some condition or something that just makes it to where you just have a horrible, like, just horrible body odor, like, to where no deodorant on this planet can fuck with your pits? Remember that 2016 iDubbbz? I miss iDubbbz. 7 medical conditions that cause body odor. Damn, bro, just throw the shit down and slide it across the fucking shit, why don't you? This guy just showed up. He did not give a fuck about my package, dude. God damn it. 7 medical conditions that cause body odor. Where body odor comes from. Did you know that sweat on its own has no fragrance? Yeah, I think I knew that. I think it's like physical sweat itself doesn't stink. It's the bacteria and whatnot and everything that you eat and drink and put into your body that actually causes you to stink. Stress sweat also stinks. Pheromones is another thing that makes you stink. It's not the sweat itself, but anyway. Most body odor can be managed with proper hygiene. Oh shit, imagine that. Wash your ass, people. Keeping your body clean, applying deodorant, and wearing fresh clothing can help manage your body odor. However, body odor caused by certain medical conditions can be persistent problems, even with stellar hygiene practices. How the fuck do you pronounce this? Bromhidrosis is a medical condition that causes extreme body odor. It occurs when your skin's bacteria breaks down sweat and produces an abnormal smell that mimics sulfur or onions. There are two types of bromhidrosis. Apocrine and ecrine. Apocrine bromhidrosis is the most common type, causing excessive odor in your armpits and genital areas. This odor happens when sweat from apocrine glands mixes with skin bacteria, creating a smell that can resemble onions, sulfur, or raw meat. Ecrine bromhidrosis is a lesser-known form of bromhidrosis, causing smelly sweat on the hands, feet, head, and torso. This odor happens when sweat from ecrine glands soften the skin's keratin, breaking down bacteria that produces excessive odor. Hyperhidrosis causes your body to sweat more than normal. While hyperhidrosis doesn't cause odor itself, excessive sweating mixes with your body's bacteria, creating embarrassing body odor. There are two main types of hyperhidrosis, primary and secondary. Primary hyperhidrosis causes excessive sweat in one body area, like the underarms, hands, feet, head, and groin. It's usually hereditary and affects approximately 5% of the population. Secondary hyperhidrosis is excessive sweating caused by a medical condition or certain medications. Secondary hyperhidrosis causes all-over sweating and can be reversed if the underlying medical cause is resolved or eliminated. We'll talk about some of these medical conditions in this article. Some medications whose side effects can include excessive sweating are antidepressants. When you're depressed, you literally don't want to do anything. Pilocarpine, used to treat dry mouth. Zinc supplements, iron supplements. I used to have to take iron supplements when I was younger. I used to have to take those Flintstone gummies because I was an anemic little bitch. Still am, just not as bad as I used to be. My other anemics out there, have you ever played this fun game where you stand up really fast and then try not to pass out and then everything looks like a fucking snow globe? Anyway, diabetes. Patients often experience additional medical complications. Diabetes-related urinary tract infections and high levels of blood glucose can increase body odor. Diabetic ketoacidosis is a life-threatening condition in which your body lacks insulin, depriving cells of the sugar they need for energy. One of the symptoms is a distinct, fruity breath smell. Contact your physician for medical advice immediately if you suspect you have diabetic ketoacidosis. Number 4, thyroid conditions. Thyroid glands regulate many bodily functions, including our sweat response. When you have hyperthyroidism, overactive thyroid, or Graves' disease, that's a fucking fun name for a fucking disease. It literally has grave in the title. Your body can produce an excessive amount of sweat even if you aren't exerting yourself. Number 5, kidney failure and liver dysfunction. I'm reading all these fucking conditions that can make people sweat, and I just feel like a total asshole for ripping people for 5 or 10 minutes because they stink, but regardless anyway. Number 5, kidney failure and liver dysfunction. Imagine I was just ripping on somebody because they stink and they're literally about to fucking die. The kidneys and liver help remove toxins from our bodies. When they cannot function properly, toxins can build up in the blood and digestive tract, creating odor. Kidney disease can cause urea to make your sweat take on an ammonia smell. I don't think I've ever been around someone who has like an ammonia smell. I do remember this one girl in high school who smelled like cat pee because allegedly her cats would pee on her clothes all the time, and then she would, I guess, wear those same clothes to school. If you're watching this, please don't come for me in the comments, please. Hope you're doing all right by now. If you suspect that you have a thyroid, kidney, or liver condition, talk to a healthcare professional promptly. Number 6, metabolic disorders. While this is increasingly rare, gene mutations can also affect body odor. Holy shit, that's a big-ass word. Trimethylaminuria. Does this have the option to pronounce shit for me? It does not. Trimethylaminuria, or TMAU, is a disease that prevents your liver from breaking down the chemical compound. God fucking damn, why these words are fucking big. Trimethylamine. Okay, now you're just being a fucking asshole. Make me have to say all these fucking big words over and over again. Can be a fishy smelling or reek of eggs or urine. When your body cannot break down this compound, it builds up in your body and is released in your sweat, urine, or breath. Secondary, fucking this big ass word, can occur if you take large oral doses of L-carnitine. L-carnitine. Dude, fuck you. I should have never read this fucking medical blog. You're just being a fucking asshole. Lecithin or choline? Choline? Whatever. Oh, my God. Lecithin and choline are contained in some food supplements. Well, it's literally called choline. L-carnitine is sometimes used to enhance athlete strength. Fucking steroids. And choline treats Alzheimer's and Huntington's disease. Symptoms disappear when doses are reduced or eliminated. And finally, number 7, hormones. Hormone fluctuations can cause excessive sweating and, by extension, body odor. Teens, pregnant women, and perimenopausal or menopausal women can experience hot flashes and night sweats, increasing excessive sweating and odor. Manage body odor with Thompson. Oh, did I just fucking read this shit and they're trying to peddle their fucking t-shirt or whatever? Manage body odor with a Thompson T. Fight BO naturally with an anti-odor undershirt. Man, fuck you. I literally just read this fucking word gumbo of all this fucking shit and you're just trying to sell me a fucking t-shirt. Honestly, I'm kind of impressed. Not even gonna lie. Fight BO naturally with an anti-odor undershirt. Thompson's T's premium anti-odor undershirts, available in crew neck or V-neck styles, could be just the remedy you've been looking for to manage that stink. We make our odor-fighting shirts with Odor Shield technology, a natural, non-toxic, hydrogen peroxide-based solution. Odor Shield eliminates 99.9% of odor-causing bacteria in the fabric and stays put for at least 70 wash cycles. Managing your sweat can also help you combat BO effectively. Try our best-selling sweat-proof undershirts for men and women to stop body odor and sweat marks in their tracks. Try a Thompson T risk-free today. Maybe let's try to get them to sponsor this video. So yeah, apparently there's a bunch of medical conditions that can cause people to stink. However, I feel like the majority of people out there that I smell, and I'm sure you've smelled them too, are people who just don't want to shower. I mean, I'm being perfectly honest with you. Now, let me just say, if you have any of these conditions,
diabetes,
kidney failure, whatever else, and you have you're a little musty, don't feel like I'm bullying you. Well, I mean, I guess I technically kind of am, but If you have a medical condition, if there's something medically wrong with you and you cannot control it, there's nothing you can do to help it. I'm not talking about you. This isn't what this video is about. I'm not just dunking on people who are diabetic or have whatever, all these things that's wrong with them. I'm talking about the people who you literally wake up, go outside, and just forego a shower entirely, and then just be like, oh, yeah, I don't smell that bad. Yes, you fucking do. Wash your ass. I just got tired of constantly going outside, and then, God forbid if it's a fucking restaurant, like you're standing in McDonald's or Wendy's or wherever the hell, and then like you're getting ready to order your food, and the person of you smell like two piles of shit having sex in the summertime, and then it just fucking literally sours your mood, sours your food, you don't even want to eat anymore. God forbid if you're at a sit-down restaurant, like you're trying to sit down, you're trying to eat your fucking food, and the person in front of you, next to you, wherever they are, they just smell ungodly, and then you have those fucking conflicting flavors, and then you open your mouth, and the fucking shit goes in, and then it's like you can almost taste it, and now it feels like you're eating a fucking turd sandwich. Just wanted to make this quick video, do all the things, like, comment, share, subscribe, do all those YouTube things, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you can be notified every time I post. If you like content like this, that's kind of horribly, if you can even call it content. I kind of just sat down and started yapping, waffling, rambling, if you will. Hope you guys liked the video. And yeah, what does Penguin say at the end of his video all the time? Anyway, that's all I got for you guys. See ya.
Today is fine day in California. Huh? Choose.